Hello, hello, Welcome to What Culture Gaming. I'm Peter from WhatCulture.com.
I'm Scott from WhatCulture.com.
Or more like Scott the fuck. Where you said we're going to have a Switch review.
Yep.
Where is it, you piece of shit?
Well, it would be here if Nintendo had done what they should have done and turned on the online features of the console.
Oh.
Because there's just nothing to review. Like, I've got one, you put it on, the online stuff isn't there, there's no eShop, there's no My Nintendo, it's a Zelda machine. Zelda's f***ing awesome, but there's nothing to talk about. So as much as I'll hold a whole lot, I want to tell you that I want to review the Nintendo Switch, but I can't do it, I've tried, I can't do it.
They've not turned it on?
No, not yet.
Right.
Watch as we're talking this. It'll probably just be online.
Potentially, yeah, right now. But so, remind me when the actual console comes out for
tomorrow.
For normies. Like
the 3rd.
Tomorrow.
Whatever recording this on the 2nd.
Right.
So
and
yeah,
it's out on the 3rd.
It's out tomorrow, and like
still
obviously, no, people want to know whether it's worth buying, and as a system. There's a few things I'm going to tell you, but it's not. I can't do a console review.
Yeah.
I can review how well it plays Zelda.
Right.
But that's it. There's nothing else there because nothing
Dance.
works. Just Dance is great.
Of the stuff that is currently working, can you give us a quick rundown of that? And then hopefully when they actually turn everything on properly, we'll have a proper review.
So my first point is that there's actually an incredibly crippling issue with the left of the two controllers, the left Joy-Con.
What?
Which it just desyncs with the machine. Like it's really easy to lose for the system to lose track of it when you're in the TV mode.
Okay.
Totally fine in the portable mode. So if you're going to be playing it handheld a lot, don't even worry about it. But if you're going to be playing it in the big TV mode and you put it in the dock, even if you say you hold a pad like normally, like my fingers would be over the shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
These two fingers, it'll just block the signal. And that means that either the Joy-Con will just disconnect altogether, you'll get a prompt saying reconnect the controller, or it'll take whatever the last input was and just keep doing it.
Oh shit.
So that just means that like Link will just run off the end of a cliff, or like you're trying to do a puzzle and like just it's broken, man. Like,
wow.
And so apparently a number of outlets have already reported this. People have reported to Nintendo. I'm also doing the same thing, saying like, please. I mean, all you can do is cross your fingers and hope that they can fix it with a software patch.
Yeah.
Because if this is another Red Ring of Death or like the iPhone
It's a hardware thing.
Yeah, cover the bottom of it and the signal goes away. Like, that's horrible.
You'd think that would come out in testing, but I guess we'll see.
You would, wouldn't you? Almost like it's been rushed to market. But what? No.
What was that?
So far, the only solution is to kind of hold the controller without hold it like that, so the front of the pad always has eyesight to the console.
So just like hold it like. You shouldn't have to. These things are meant to be. You're meant to be sitting down, doing things comfortably as you want to do it. There shouldn't have to be a way.
I had it desync where even I was leaning back on like a chair, and it mustn't be able to get through a glass of juice that I had on the table.
For God's sake!
A glass of like pink juice. It's not that you don't want to hate on it at all. Like it's a really cool tech.
Yeah.
How did this get through? Like I don't know. Again, it might even be fixed on launch. Like they might just issue a patch. I would love that to be the case because this is the only standout negative for the most part that's got in the way of my enjoyment.
Okay, but so how is because obviously it's got the home console thing in the toaster, but you can also put it in your pocket.
Yes.
How is that working out?
That stuff's great. That was my second point. That stuff is flawless. Like I mean, it renders in 900p if you've got it in the little dock, and 720 on the tablet itself.
900p.
The actual functionality of it in terms of being a portable home console experience, that stuff's great. That's the biggest most recommendable thing.
Okay. What else is on your Magic Card?
Oh, next up I've got battery life. Because although I haven't been able to test it with a whole variety of games, all I've had access to is Zelda and Just Dance. Yeah, you can get about 2.5 hours out of Zelda on a portable when you take it in the portable mode.
2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Didn't they advertise more than that?
They advertise about 6 hours in the portable mode, but that depends on what you're playing. I think they've said 2 to 3 hours for Zelda.
Right.
I got about 2.5, maybe to 3 hours. It depends what section of the game you're in, how much the game's gonna have to render. Like, there's a lot of variables with that kind of thing.
Okay.
Being that that's a AAA game, I guess you can expect longer life for something like Shovel Knight, but like other bigger, more intense games are gonna always drain it pretty fast.
Mario maybe.
I would imagine anything that's in like HD, in 3D, Mario Odyssey, like that kind of thing. I think all that stuff's gonna drain it in a few hours.
And talking of which, when's Mario's not out until? Do you know off the top of your head? It's certainly not out now. Nothing's out now, right? What's out now? Zelda and Just Dance.
Zelda, Just Dance, and 1-2 Switch are the three games that Zelda and 1-2 Switch they've talked about a lot. The thing is, like, they've actually just recently, like, their PR's all over the place because they've just recently gone, hey, we've got like 30 more indie games that they're calling Nindies. None of them have been part of the rollout, the press conferences, all of that. Point being, though, the launch lineup for the Switch, whilst it might lack a lot in, like, mainstream recognition games, these are phenomenal games that are available at launch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Things like I Am Setsuna, Shovel Knight, like I just love Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley, like Overcooked, like a bunch of independent games which are just brilliant. Like I mean, if you want stuff to play, it's there. Providing they actually turn the eShop on. Because that's the thing that I haven't done at all.
Right. I mean, presumably it will be switched on day one, i.e. tomorrow. So
yeah.
Stop it. Please stop.
I can't.
But for now, we can't tell you about it because it's not on.
I can just tell you, like, from using it, I mean, you can find the technical specs online. You know that the screen's whatever inches it is. But in terms of, like,
tech specs don't get you laid, Scott.
They don't.
It's the actual hands-on. That's what.
Always. Yeah, there's a lot of more stuff that I would love to talk about. And I was kind of just surprised watching all the reviews come in, people talking about it. All they're doing is regurgitating the press stuff, which is maybe all you can do right now.
So not only are we here to say that, you know, there's a review on the way, but not now because we can't do it.
Yeah.
We're also here to say that any review you have seen is built on lies.
It's not lies.
Or no, they're just not as informed as they need to be.
Yeah, the stuff that they're reporting is entirely based on fact.
Yeah.
And they've used it, you know, I just feel that there's a hell of a lot more to this system that is just gated behind an update that the system hasn't been able to receive yet because the server isn't online.
Yeah. No one can, at this point, be giving a final grade. It's a 9 out of 10 console.
No, and I don't think that many are. No, I think it's more just the idea of like what goes into a review. Yeah. There's so much more that needs to be said about this thing.
Last little thing is please do not put your cartridges in your mouth because they taste disgusting because babies eat small things and that's the reasoning, isn't it? They're saying Nintendo have made them deliberately taste horrible so that babies don't eat them. Yeah,
because like the cartridges are absolutely minute.
Thanks, Nintendo.
I guess they want to be sure that like no little children are just going to notch them.
It's a good idea.
And, yeah, it's good. No one else has ever thought of, you know, edible software. So yeah, why not? Why not pioneer that?
Yeah.
Portable home gaming and non-edible software.
Oh, gigabytes.
Oh god.
But those are the 4 things you need to know.
Yes.
Currently.
Yes.
There are more things you need to know, but at the moment, Scott can't access them. So
no one can.
No,
that's the thing. No one can. I mean, again, I think I have to imagine when you pick it up at launch day, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you really want to get one, you love the idea of a portable home console, and you really love Zelda, by all means, go ahead with it. But if you're on the fence or you're thinking about the pros and cons based on what's out there, there's a load of this thing that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
So, letting you know.
So maybe wait a day.
Or a week.
We'll have a full review as and when everything has been switched on.
Yep.
I'm Peter from What Culture.
I'm Scott from What Culture.
Scott Culture.
There you go.
And we will see you soon.